Good evening, dear friends. In today's session, we will deal with the history of the financial market in India. I have given you the definitions of investment and securities in the other day class. Today, we will deal with the history of the financial market in this country. Actually, friends, the financial market in this country basically, in fact, it was emerged with the taking over of Indian economy by the East India Company during the 18th century. We go back to 18th century, in fact. In the ancient India, the concept of business investment was on a different footing. Then, under various scriptures of various religions, which became integral part of Indian culture. In fact, charging interest on loans was taken as a sin. Then the concept of securities emerged and crystallized in the existing form with the advent of the Joint Stock Companies Act 1850. It was replaced by the Joint Stock Companies Act 1857, followed by the Joint Stock Companies Act 1860, which was recast in 1882 and 1913. After independence, the Companies Act 1956 was enacted, which was further replaced by the Companies Act 2013 as we are following it now. The various corporate securities, in fact, are defined and dealt with under this new Companies Act 2013. Friends, the backbone of financial market in the world is the capital market, and the joint stock companies, the corporates as we call them in the modern language, they play a very pivotal role in the development and growth of a country's economy. In India, in 18th century, the East India Company started trading its securities. In fact, I am talking of trading its securities. I have already explained what securities are in earlier lessons. And the East India Company made a beginning of the capital market in this country in the 18th century. Then the securities trading was unorganized till the end of 19th century. Then the main trading centers at that time happened to be Bombay and Calcutta. Then Bombay happened to be now, the chief trading center, and then the bank shares were the major trading stock, in fact. Then this has led to a boom in the Indian capital market during the middle of 19th century, as Bombay happened to be a great supplier for cotton, and share prices were very high due to this high tiding activities of cotton. So the trading was carried at that time under a banyan tree in front of town hall in Bombay. Historically, I am telling you, which about a dozen stockbrokers joined. Then, in the first place, there was an informal stockbrokers association in the year 1897, which was called Native Shares and Stockbrokers Association, Bombay. Later on, the stock exchanges in other cities were developed under the Bombay Securities Contracts Control Act 1925. The Bombay Stock Exchange was then recognized in May 1927. Then, friends, during the British rule, the capital market in India was not so well organized and developed, as the British government was not interested in the economic growth of India. Due to this reason, many foreign companies in India slided to the London capital market for funding. But in post-independent era, the government, during the first and second 5-year plans, concentrated very much on the development of agricultural sector, and then Much attention was not paid on the growth and development of stock markets, but later on it has gained momentum. In fact, in 70s, the stock market was revived as Badla trading was resumed under the disguised form of hand delivery contracts. Then the Foreign Exchange Regulation Act 1973 enabled many investors in India, that is FERA, to invest in MNCs, multinational companies, and subsequently the enactments like the SEBI, Securities and Exchange Board of India Act 92, Depositories Act 96, along with the Securities Contracts Regulation Act 1956, started regulating the capital market in this country. Then the FERA was replaced by FEMA, Foreign Exchange Management Act 1999, for better conservation and management of foreign exchange, which has got an impact on the regulation of stock markets. Today, in India, the money market provides short-term funds to solve the liquidity needs of the borrowers. And the money market is an integral part of financial market. The other part of the financial market, that is the capital market, provides a market for financial investment, which is direct and indirect. And the capital market comprises of the securities market and other forms of lending. The securities market consists of the primary and secondary markets. I told you what is primary and secondary earlier. The securities markets comprising both primary and secondary markets and consists of securities like shares, debentures, bonds, etc. And then they would be both from the corporates and then private as well as government. The primary market pertains to the sale of new securities through fresh issue of securities. And of course, secondary market, as I told you, deals with securities previously issued which are sold off. If they are listed, they are traded in the stock exchanges. Or they may be traded in private outside the stock exchanges also. The securities markets would enable even small investors to have wider and wider investment options. And it facilitates internationalization of an economy by bringing a link with the other part of the world, which is called technically the concept of globalization. So the securities market closely deals with the issues pertaining to equity and debt, dematerialized accounts, resource mobilization by mutual funds, preferential allotment, corporate bonds, foreign investment, and other related issues. Friends, in the Indian capital market scenario today, it runs through two prime institutions, namely the NSE, National Stock Exchange of India Limited, and the BSE, Bombay Stock Exchange Limited. The National Stock Exchange is rated as the third largest exchange in the world in terms of the number of equity transactions. The first stock exchange being the New York Stock Exchange and the second one being the NASDAQ Stock Exchange. They are at New York, managed by the NASDAQ OMEX Group USA. Then India is second only to the US in terms of number of listed companies, market participants, the number of listed securities, the volume of transactions and other related components thereon. The Indian law on the capital market was strengthened by the reports of various committees like the BSE, the minutes of Board of Meetings of Stock Exchanges of Calcutta, Bombay and Madras, the Lok Sabha debates on Securities Contract Regulations Bill 1954, 55 and 1956. So with this background, dear friends, I conclude my discussion on this particular subject of history of the financial markets in India. And in my next episode, I will deal with various legislations on investments and securities in this country, which we are supposed to familiarize ourselves. Study well. I will bring to that in course of time. Thank you. Good night, dear friends. Bye-bye.